idea I've had for a while, but recently I realized if I've got a volcano that's spewing it out anyway, doesn't it make sense to connect these two together? This is going to be a wild project, and I've seen that almost every big build on YouTube is planned out in creative, with some Java players even using a mod that allows them to copy the schematics into survival. I've learned the hard way that filling in lava is hard, and so I've worked out that signs are the best. Despite the fact that they do light the ground in front of them on fire pretty constantly, this would allow me to have one block which could then be broken and have all of the lava immediately fill in the rest of the river. Take this and add in some extra glass and a new connection from this lava river, which would look very wonderful when it's done, over to the volcano, and I think I could massively spruce up my survival world. And so today you're going to be seeing no sneaky editing tricks, but instead the full process of me building a lava river in my world. Hello! Isn't that fun, the way we can do intros that way? Hello, I'm AbbyXToyCat, and this is my survival world, and this is a river I drained literally years ago. As soon as I got access to sponges, I figured it'd be fun to drain a river out, and then I entirely drained my desert of sand, and it kind of looks weird when you just see these two things next to each other. This almost looks like an extension of that project, and that's something I figured I would change today, and so I've brought myself one lava bucket, and I'm going to use that one lava bucket to change this entire river. That seems a bit ridiculous, because if you look at this, this is clearly thousands of blocks that have to be individually placed by lava, but I think I have a smarter way, and like I've hinted at right there in the intro, I think it just involves using signs and glass, and that is going to allow me to have a connection right up to here in the river, which I'll be replacing with glass, by the way, all the way over to my volcano, which will be spewing it out. In the real world, obviously, you could get liquids to flow in a much easier way, but in Minecraft, we have to do a little bit of planning out, and that planning is going to start with one important step, which is turning this lava into much more. Even though unlike water, lava cannot be made infinitely renewable in default vanilla survival, and so what you instead have to do is take advantage of a fun thing that came out in the Caves and Cliffs update, and that is what I'm going to be showing you today. So let's start with it. I think I've got this lovely little top floor of my furnace room that I just currently use for sitting. I think this would be great if I cover this in cauldrons, dripstones, and the things that I need to go above them. So I think that's what we're going to do. Maybe along this wall. The top block here, I think this is actually kind of dangerous about some glass to keep it in. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some glass, like I referenced. We're going to go to a crafting table, which I have to imagine I keep a crafting table in here somewhere, right? I mean, it's a whole house made of furnace. There we go. That's where we keep it. Then I'm gonna I'm gonna turn my iron blocks into iron ingots. Turn those into cauldrons. Do I see cauldrons? There are the cauldrons. 18 cauldrons, and then we'll make some more iron ingots, and then we'll make some more cauldrons, and then we're going to make a giant lava farm right here, right now. So the very top block of this has to be glass, if I'm not mistaken, where the lava will be. Then right below that, so we keep this simple. We're going to have some glass that goes right over, like, here. Right over there. But on the other side of where there's going to be lava. Easy. And then we'll put some glass there, too. And just for now, while we work this out, we'll put some glass over there, there, and there. I think we probably should remove this. Just so we can start this, we'll have 4 pieces of glass, and then we're going to have to immediately place some dripstone below it and some cauldrons below that. So if there's lava there, that means there's dripstone here, and there's cauldrons right underneath these, right? So there goes this. Then we actually are going to need to place the dripstone somewhere, so we'll place some glass. I don't think you can actually place dripstone underneath glass. I think I've made a mistake, but apparently I'm wrong. Oh, you need a block that goes underneath it, right? I was like, how are you going to have dripstone directly underneath lava? You can't. So we move the dripstone down 1 block, and the cauldrons down 1 block further. Yeah, this is why we did a small test of just 4. So we'll move the dripstone down to here. We'll use glass, honestly, given that we already have a bunch of it. Then we'll place our dripstone. And then we'll place the cauldrons just below that. That means that they should actually be nice and easily reachable, which will be handy because this is a furnace room after all. Then I just have to go in through here, break the extra blocks up here, and then I'm going to have to immediately throw some lava in there, and we'll have a way to renew our lava into more. How much lava do I have to renew? Literally 1 bucket right now, but if we look around, then we'll see that there's actually, you know, like a whole... we'll actually see that there are more... Do I have no lava buckets anywhere in this place? I've got all the buckets in the world, but none of them are filled with lava. So we're going to have to go grab some lava so that we can do that. And then we're going to have ourselves a lava farm running along. So we're also going to go ahead and grab, while we're here, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to grab some glass because I'm gonna be needing a lot of that as well to make sure that we can have the. Because again, we've got a big plan here. You've seen the basic plans, but there to here, and I want to make it so that if it's going through a river, I want it to be a man-made river. So it's gonna be made of glass. It's gonna follow some form of natural gradient, and it should look real beautiful if we can pull it up. Please don't do the lava bucket challenge. Anyway, hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the live stream. You've come right into the middle of my planning process. I've got all the key components right here together. I've got my furnace, which needs lava anyway. When I'm smelting things like glass, I need a lot of lava. It's the easiest way to smelt. I've got a mountain where lava is already spewing out, and I've got the project of my dreams, a river I just want to turn into lava. It's just that taking these elements and combining them together is going to take a bit of time, and so that's why I think we're going to need to go to sleep, and in the morning, we'll go grab some lava from where I've been keeping a bunch of it. If you know where I'm going, then type it in chat, and let me know if you're real smart and you know where I keep all the lava in this world. But otherwise, hello everyone, how's it going? How's your morning going? How's your evening going? I just came back from the supermarket. I couldn't change the time on the stream, so I'm just there in the store. I'm like, chat, you gotta just trust me when I say that the time is delayed a little bit. Thank you to everyone for being patient on that. But yeah, while I'm now that I'm back, I can show you what I got from the store. I let chat. If you're curious what happens in the pre-stream chat, I let chat pick my advent calendar, and chat decided on Toblerone. I'm very excited. I feel like Toblerone is one of those few things where you want it, but you never want it bad enough to have a whole Toblerone, right? So I've got myself one of these. I'll give it a good unwrap at the lava store. By the way, I'll assume the never says Asjext. You know, I'll give you partial credit for that because you might know what I've been up to in my world. It's been a bit of a project. I've definitely put it down for a bit, but I'll be picking it back up again. I didn't bring any buckets. I went all this way, chat. I've come all this way, and I forgot to bring a bucket with me. Rookie mistake, gotta say. Maybe I keep some buckets in here if I'm really lucky. Hey, 2 more buckets. So if I put my... I need to put this project book away somewhere. And that perfectly switches out. So now I've got 3 buckets, which is exactly as many as I'm starting with. So it technically works, even if only barely. So, yeah, because this is a nether, I'm gonna need a lot of lava over here too. And so I've been doing the bare, basic bones, like kind of testing of building a river. But as you can see from this process, I've kind of realized that using cobblestone is not very smart. Am I going to have enough inventory spaces? Yes, I will. There we go. That's 4 buckets of lava in my inventory now. It's a waste to do a whole flying trip over to the nether just for 4 buckets, but it's fine. Yeah, so I'm back now from the store. I did something, you know, Christmas is the time of year where you're like, I feel like you're most in tune with your childhood self. It's the time of year where everyone's like, oh, let's consider everyone in the world. You know, like there's an inherent amount of day-to-day selfishness, which you put to the side for the sake of, you know, the fact that it's the darkest days of the year, and otherwise it's got the highest suicide rates. I can't believe the world does that. It's a fun realm issue, by the way, if you're curious why those chunks are loaded in. Anyway, so now we're going to put 4 lava buckets here together. And we're going to use those as our means of getting the rest of the lava. So we'll go up to the 2nd floor. We'll climb onto these. And then we're going to have to be real quick about this, but I don't want to lose my glass. How can I get all that glass back, chat? I got most of it. I'm going to lose 1, but that's perfectly acceptable. Also, did you know you can sit between cauldrons and their dripstone? Now you know. Okay, so I need to place all the way back there, but that's going to be tricky. So I'll mine this block, and then I'll try to jump in and get it. Going for a bit of a nightmare doing that right now. Honestly, you know, glass isn't that valuable. If I wanted more glass, I would use lava to get it. Therefore, lava is more valuable than glass. So we'll place a lava block. We have to get these really lined up, actually. We'll place a lava block, and then a lava block, and then a lava block, and then another lava block, and then we'll immediately glass them up before we die. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, oh god, look, see, it's looking like death. But there we go, immediately flowing out and hopefully not causing any problems to my world. You know, that's probably going to be fine, right? Also, we love the furnace houses, Kit Kat. This is one of those builds like I kind of went round and remastered. It's making me realize there's a lot of the world that I'd like to do that with. Like, sometimes you want to go really far away and build something from scratch. But there are so many times where you're better off just like, okay, take advantage of something you already have, right? So now that we've got our 4 lava moving along, we can fly all the way back and do another one of those. But I'm just gonna pre-set up the extra cauldrons that I'm gonna have running along here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, you know what, let's do them over here too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the dripstone on point there too. And now we've got the way that we can grow these lavas into more lava spewers, which is a very good thing overall. And while we wait for that to happen, I can instead work on the rest of this system. So I getting the amount of lava I'm going to need is not thousands, because I only need to do the surface layer of lava, and then all the lava below that is going to just pour in later. And therefore, if that is going to be true, I'm going to need to work out what the base layer of lava should be. So I think, you know, my instinct was, why don't we just replace where the exact layer of water was before? And so if we want to work out that, we just follow the river all the way to, you know, where it hits the sea, which is just over here, if I'm not mistaken. But we could just follow the river where it hits the ocean, or what was meant to be ocean, but it's Xbox 360 generation. So, you know, it's doing its best when it calls that an ocean, chat. Don't make fun of it. That's technically an ocean. But we could just say, like, okay, this is the most logical place. And, or we could go slightly lower. Or we could even have it lower as it comes towards the end here. Or we could go slightly higher and cause all sorts of issues. I think to keep things simple, I'm just going to start by removing this and placing some glass. I can actually also just... Yeah, I think this is the logical place to do it. I could replace glass on the other side. But that seems kind of messy. So we'll just remove all the sand that exists, place a couple of these, and hope that none of this messes up a torch or anything like that. I'm sure it won't, but I would still very much like for it not to. And the best bit about this process is it's actually resource neutral, chat. Every block of sand I can just smelt right into a block of glass. And therefore, this is just, if you have any sand in your world, you logically should do this at some point anyway, because glass is cooler looking than sand. Can you see through sand? In the real world, technically, it's a lot of individual solids, but in actuality, no. But you can see through glass just great. Having astigmatism and driving at night is a wild ride. I prefer autumn. Yeah, I kind of mentioned in chat that I was driving back to the store. Something that might confuse you, actually, chat. I live in London, where no one drives anywhere to do anything. And if you do, you know, you're deemed to be a madman at best. And you know, actually, you're deemed to be a madman at best. I think is the best way to leave that. And so, you know, what's the deal with that? I've got this fun thing of, I rented a car for, like, one specific reason, but it made sense. Don't ask me how car rental incentives work this way, but it made sense to rent it for a full 3 weeks. You know, like, it made basically the same price because of the promotions. And so I've had a car just sitting there, and I'm like, what do I do with this? Genuinely. It's like, I figured, like, okay, I could go to the store, and it's like, no, it's quicker to walk to the store than to drive, or at least it's, you know, comparable times. And then you've got a car, you've got to park, and you've got to put it places. I don't know how people decide to do anything with cars anywhere, unless you live, like, it makes you realize that if you think that a car is a freedom vehicle, like, just inherently, it's like, no, everyone else builds a world that makes the car a freedom vehicle. If you live in the real world, cars are this big, like, painful thing. So anyway, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do, like, the type of shop that Kid Me would have loved, where I'm just like, I'm just gonna throw things in the trolley, not even look at the prices. I know to some people that's, like, debatably how you can shop anyway, but that makes me a little anxious, just being like, I think one of the first signs that you, like, have money is you don't have to look at the prices anymore, but then you realize it's, like, the dumbest way that you can spend extra money and make your life worse. Like, if I spend £2 on a bag of crisps just because it's right there, it's like, wait a minute, I'm spending money to make myself less healthy. This isn't value. This isn't stonks. Anyway, so I think I should get some more lava so that this gets moving faster. And I hate to do a whole trip just for that. So what I'm instead gonna do is I'll set down a chest where I'm gonna be placing down all of my things anyway. So we worked out that it's Y62, right, chat? No, I didn't store it in my head at all. Okay, let's fly back over there. I would walk, but we just did the journey. So the exact layer that the water is at is Y63. So everything that is Y63 is going to become a river. And I think that ends us up over here. So in the desert, it's like slightly above where we are right now. Y63 is here. This level, wait, this would be the bottom block of the level, water. of the lava. And so if we look at the side of the river here, we can therefore look around. Wait, no. I need to go back to it again. So if the lava's going to be at 62, if I'm at 63, the lava's going to be on 62. Like, this is going to be lava. And so on 61, or on the side of 62, we're going to have to place... We can either use glass for simple bits, or we can place our thing. So I'm going to make a bamboo plank into a crafting table. You always need more crafting tables, chat. Then we're going to make a stick, because why not? And then we'll make some more bamboo planks. Okay, this is just trust me on this one. And then we get 3 bamboo signs, which we'll place on the side here. So this is the bottom block. And then here, we can place 1 bamboo sign, and then 2 bamboo sign, and then 3 bamboo sign. And again, like I kind of referenced in the planning for this video, now when you break sign 1, all those signs break. You can chain this infinitely, or at least as far as your simulation distance goes. And so we can literally have 1 sign, which is triggered to be the point of which all other signs break. And I think if I'm going to have a point for that, I want it to be the prettiest place, right? I want it to be like a dominoes effect, where if I break 1 sign, it goes crazy. And so, where would be the best place for me to start my sign Jenga? We put up guardrails to comply with regulation. You better believe my OSHA compliance is going to be near 0, chat. Anyway, so I got myself an advent calendar today. I didn't want to get it, but chat said I should. And I was like, you know, would child me have been concerned about Toblerone? No, child me deserves a Toblerone. And I'm going to let him make the calls until I regret it, I guess. So what do we got inside the Toblerone calendar on day 1? Because it is Christmas after all. Oh, they're all triangular shaped. Look at this. The door is literally a triangle. It's literally a Toblerone. Very fun here. Oh, they're not Toblerone pieces, though. They're the little Toblerone chocolates. Oh, you bastard. You screwed me. Ah. Awful. So we've got a Toblerone. I've got a lure whenever I want one. Awful. Terrible. The worst. Clever but expensive usage of signs. Yeah, but wood is basically free. You can infinitely renew. At least bamboo you can infinitely renew. And so it actually makes sense, I would say. I don't know if I'm right. So where would be the best point to do it? I think right here. Because from here we'd be able to see it like chain underneath the desert as well as over here. Yeah, I think we could like, if we set up the chain in a fun way. Yeah, I think we maybe like set up a piston or something from where we want it to be. But that should still be close by to where we want to see things. And so I think here is where we're going to get the best view. Like left and right. And so the closest thing to here is where we're going to do it. So 63 is where the water's next to you. 62 are those not tiny Toblerones of multiple triangles. I want 1 triangle of a big Toblerone. I don't want 3 miniature Toblerone triangles. So chat, I've never had one of these before. This is what it looks like. It's 3 little... It hurts to bite a Toblerone. It's like really sharp on your teeth. You know what I mean? It is pretty good. Okay, so this is... right now I'm standing in the bottom layer of lava. So one of these is going to have to be the first sign. I'm going to pick this one. This is Prime Sign. When destroyed, all others will fall. Oh, by the way, I don't think today's video is up yet, but I played Java and used their signs. They have bad signs. You don't know that Java has bad signs until you play a bit of Java. And then you realize, like, oh, people just think this is normal, huh? And they do. So now we've got 2 other signs coming off that, and then we just have to build a whole ton of extra signs. But thankfully, I have a whole ton of these. So make this into sticks. 24 should do nicely. Then make this into bamboo planks. And then make the whole combined thing into 57 signs. Wait, what? What just happened? Oh, because signs stack up to 16 because I plan my inventory down to the wire, chat, and that is my problem. I'll concede. But yeah, every now and then it comes and bites you. So now we just place a bunch of these. I'm going to reconfirm that I'm right about this being the prime sign. Are we talking about philosophy tonight? That's basically what I came in for, to boost my happiness. Does philosophy make you happier, Rodit? I feel like a lot of other people come into a different angle on it. That it's like, it doesn't make you happy, but it helps you understand the world as you are surrounded by it. A lot of the world is very shallow, surface deep, is about making it through. And philosophy is about, like, understanding, like, where is your place? I am the sort of person who usually takes things a bit deeper than the people around me. So yeah, if you're in 63, I'm just going to really confirm. Yeah, 62, you're underneath it. And so the side of 62 is correct. The side of 63 would be incorrect. The side of 62 is correct. Okay, we got it. I'm thinking, by the way, of having a little section in here somewhere, like maybe right here, where you can walk underneath the lava. Again, I want it to be somewhere logical. So maybe like right there, because right now the crossing is like over the top. That's kind of ugly. It'd be cool if you could like hollow this out and make the crossing underneath. Yeah, that's a fun idea. Oh, neither version has bad signs. We're just all afraid of change. No. There are some things where I think this is an interesting point. There are some things in life where there are no such thing as right and wrong. There's just preference, right? There are some things for where that is true, and that is a really good point to bring up. Glad you are. But there are some things where there is an objective improvement. Even within that, there are some people who prefer it worse, right? In some cases, that's a valid preference to have in life. However, I would then say that it doesn't make it not worse. Whereas there is, like, as an example of like you might argue it's preference to have hardcore game mode or not. Like, you can play hardcore without hardcore, and you can argue that it's you know, I don't know, like, something like that. Or you could argue that the way that you dye armor on Bedrock is worse, but it's an argument. Some people like the Bedrock dye way better. A lot of Java players want it. And some Bedrock players are like, I like how simple it is on Java. You know, there's a preference both ways. But Java signs are just messier than Bedrock signs. That's just the reality. Is they're harder to use, they're less user-friendly, and the reason they're less user-friendly is because people are used to them not being user-friendly. And so they're not gonna, you know, they don't want to change a feature on people like that. So now we make some more signs. We have to make them 15 at a time until I get some inventory space, which is just fine. And then I'm going to throw, hopefully soon, my first bit of lava on the top here. But again, I'm not actually growing any lava right now. Maybe one of the problems with this system. So, as soon as I'm able to, like, drop my first piece of lava on, I'm very excited to be able to. But I think to do that, I'm going to have to, like, cross this whole thing and appear on the other side of the river, where we have now appeared. So, is that block filled? Yes, it is. Is this block filled? Well, we could probably... I guess we should keep going, like, this direction. Oh, I've done that wrong. We're going to keep going in this direction. No, that's also wrong. In this direction. There we go. We got it. We'll keep going in this direction with signs and then kind of work it forwards. I'm going to place one crafting table down here, just because this is where I am as I'm making the signs. Let's keep it easy. And then we'll keep these moving over there. And then we'll have everything come left and right from this. We'll have, like, a few... We'll treat it like a grid system. Most of the signs will be going left and right. But every now and then we'll have something going across so that it's easier to go left and right. Because otherwise we get weird situations like this one. But it works. It's functioning, chat, and that's what matters. Can't imagine how you're going to place lava on the signs as Cancer's Attitude. Yeah, thankfully, because it's a river, we're quite close on both sides, right? So if you can... Actually, it's a good question, though. I should confirm. It's something I've thought about, but right now I can reach most of the signs from here. And the ones I can't reach, I can reach from the other side. There are some parts where that's not true, and I might need scaffolding, which will, you know, cause me problems if I'm not careful with it. But for most of the parts, that is true. And now, yeah, now that we've put the extra work of using signs, we're going to have all of the lava in a because, you know, if you don't do it this way, if you just start randomly placing lava, it's going to start looking ugly and, like, unfilled in. We want this lava river to look as close to an actual lava river as we can do. Like, imagine we just use the fill command to replace water with lava. That's what I want. That's what I want the dream to be. Again, if you hear us how we did the trailer, that's how we did it, by the way. I got Naito to download a copy of the Let's Play World, and it went pretty well, I think. I wish Java had placing blocks in front of the one you're standing on. Yeah, see, that's I would say that's an example of like objectively better. But there are some cases where it is a downside, but they're very few and far in between. But the reason that they don't have it is because, like, some people look at it and go, ooh, I don't like change. Why would we have a feature if it's not necessary? There's all sorts of fun things, you could say, of the Java version. So you're planning on building any secrets below the lava? Yeah, sorry, Sean. If I told you about the secrets, if I told you I was planning secrets, they wouldn't be a secret, would they? Therefore, I cannot answer your question in good faith. Okay, so now we've got a whole little corner filled in quite nicely, if I am to say so myself. I am going to check on the lava. I feel like I'm just over 4 chunks away. I'm at 284, and I think this is at 2... Yeah, I think it's just outside the reach, but we'll confirm. Do you see any lava, chat? Oh, I do see some lava, so I must be wrong about that. So I'm going to now just... I'm going to take advantage of whatever chest I can find nearby. This chest right here as my dump chest. I don't need this right now. I don't want this right now, and I don't need this or that. Thank God, now I can actually do things. So we're going to take one of our buckets, and we're going to put some lava in there, and then we're going to attach it to what we have going on here already. We have to waste a bit of glass to do that, which is fine. Now we just place that there, and then that there, and then... Should we let it flow? No, if we let it flow, it does this, and... Oh no, don't burn any of my torches, please. That's all I ask from you. Haven't had any comments from Pat Van Driver Lady in a while. Is she okay? I think she was here about a week and something, about a week ago. Yeah, there's a couple of regulars. Same with Riggins Rally Girl. We have a couple of regulars who are, you know, like obviously go through cycles in their life. That's totally cool. It's the normal expected thing. I'm sure you know this about the way I do my. I'm sure you've spotted this in my streaming schedule. You know, we have like big streaming cycles, and then, like, you know, in like the first week of January, we'll have a big break from streaming again, or the second week of January or something. But you know, like actually, I guess like the last week of December, because I'm going to be doing Christmas stuff, right? There is something, being consistent is like one of the most important things on the internet, and it's one of the most important things in anything in life. If you can be there day in and day out, I think almost everyone will appreciate that. But there are also times where that's not the best thing to do, you know, for yourself and or others. So, handy to know about. I think I'm going to grab some buckets. I'm just going to fly and grab some more lava. I think that's the move. I think I'm going to place down the chest that I said I would. Right over here, given that this is already where some stuff is. I'm going to place down a chest. I'm going to put all my string in it. I probably shouldn't, because I need this somewhere else, but just for now, to keep things easy. And then I'm going to go grab all of the lava that I can. All of the buckets that I can for all of the lava that I can. So that we can start actually filling it in. Also, Holy Torches, lol, says Alpine1. Hey, good to see you, Alpine. Yeah, also, placing lava on top of signs is going to be hard with flowing lava blocking the view. Cover it in dirt and remove it as you place to have a surface for placing lava. Why is the flowing lava gonna... Oh, the flow... It is kind of tricky, but it is... I think it's pretty doable. Also, we got some lava right here. Look at this. Just getting lava to move into my lava. Wait, what happened to it? Chat. Where did it go? What happened? Oh, it went in my inventory. I was like, no! I worked hard for that lava. But it's okay. I didn't work hard for that lava. So I'll put some right here. Because it requires the fewest new glass. Actually, no, it doesn't. It requires the same amount as everywhere else. And now we're going to go take as many buckets as we can on a bit of an expeditionary trip. So 8 is probably as much as my inventory can justify. 16? No, 8. Let's take 8. Maybe like an extra 4, and then we'll really dump our inventory out. So, yeah, this is my desert, Alpine. It was my only desert when I generated this world back in the Xbox 360. I removed every single block in the desert, and I did so using torches, because you could use torches to, like, have the whole pile drop onto it. And so I figured I would leave the torches there and have a desert that was covered in torches. It took so much coal, far too much coal, but it was worth it. No question about it. So let's now go fly and pick up some extra lava from the Nether. It's funny, the person who guessed the Nether definitely wasn't thinking this, but they definitely got it right. I go in phases of streams and streamers. Yeah, I mean, how you did it. I think one of the things that I think one of the things that is interesting though is like, in general, it's better to, like, admit you've got a little cycle to something than to be like, I am doing this all day, every day, and if I stop doing it, then it means that I am no longer good at anything. Because it's kind of like the instinct, but it's also, like, a really bad instinct for you and probably for anyone around you, too. So I don't think I have enough lava around here to do what I'm intending to. I've got some lava. Do I have enough buckets out here? Okay. So that's all of the lava that is easily reachable. And that's going to have to be enough until I grow some more. Maybe if I hang around here for a few seconds, we'll spot some extra lava. Oh yeah, that literally did work. But in general, I've got a lot of lava growing in my world. I've got a high demand for lava. But I don't currently have a big enough lava farm. And I guess my furnace place should be the start to that. Took figured out the file confusion. The new video is exporting now. Hey, excited to hear, Harrison. So yeah, my video about the end of 1.21.50 is out in half an hour, if I'm guessing Harrison correctly. Very exciting stuff. So yeah, this is where lava's gonna go. I could place my first lava right now, but I think it would burn when my torch is up. Actually, I could, if I just place it like here, just to give you the vibes, right? Yeah, look at that, chat. It's not gonna burn any torches. This is what my lava river is going to look like. So I'll be able to sit here from the water river and just see like, oh, that's a lot of lava. Which is cool. And hopefully it doesn't cause me issues leaving that there. I'm sure it won't. Increased tick speed. Yeah, see, JMan91, I know your comment is humorous. But there are a lot of people, especially if you watch like, you know, I would say YouTubers, but like, let's just be honest. If you watch content creators... Because if you're a content creator, your job can often be tied to your output in that way. You know, like, you sitting... If I sit here and watch my lava grow, I'm not getting paid in that way. You know, people are less excited, I should say, than if I sit here and I go, oh, wow, the lava all of a sudden grew because I have this command that makes it do so. If you're getting paid by the engagement or whatever, as social media sort of often is, it's in your interest to make things as quick and snappy as possible. Which is chill. Gonna just place those. Place these here. Okay, so now there's full-grown lava. That's gonna burn a torch or two, isn't it? Yeah, there's no way it doesn't. Okay, if I just... I'll protect the torch, chat. I'm protecting the torch. I'm protecting the torch. Not the scaffolding. Goodbye, scaffolding. Everything else is fine, though. Yeah, that was worth it. That was a good intervention I had right there. Now I'm thinking that if I need to get more lava in here, as I inevitably do, I have to decide which wall it's going to be on. And I think that wall over there is the one. Like, I don't even have the hoppers in here yet. And it's not going to interfere with those hoppers, so let's just place it all the way around these walls too. Place the glass up there, as well as some glass around here. And then some dripstone on the top. And that should probably be enough to, like, get the ball rolling on lava becoming lava. I hope so, at least. If it doesn't, I'll feel very silly. So, while I'm standing here, I'm going to get some extra lava. Lava is efficient that way. No! 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 Okay. So, that lava has gone rogue. But that's okay. Okay, I totally forgot that that is a thing that happens with lava. It does just kind of spill out places if you're not paying attention. And now that's going to cause some problems for me too. I've now got 3 lavas, but also, look at this, my lava is creating lava. Also, 404 members not found. I had to make the joke the moment we hit 404 members yesterday too. Mark Miller. But yeah, I think being consistent is one of the most important things you can do at like anything, like a job. Even, you know, okay, so I'm just going to place a lava there, place a lava there, and then put these back. So there's going to be a lot of damage done by this lava. I'm just willing to concede that right now. In fact, why don't I just stack up the next time I want to place lava there? Did I place that? Oh yeah, I've just... Yeah, this is bad. You don't want... Have I lit a furnace on fire? I didn't know that was something you could do, chat. I didn't know you could light furnaces on fire. Today I have learned. What if I'm consistently inconsistent? Yeah, you know, that is genuinely a way to set your, that is a way to set things up too, Nita. That is how some people appreciate and are appreciated. Okay, so now I've got free lava, and this is all profit, because I can just keep them. Very handy. Then I'm going to break my glass, because I don't need it right now, but I need it in general, right? And we're going to just keep the glass on me. Maybe grab another little pile. 59 glass looks good to me. Throw the buckets in there for now. Or we'll keep like 5. And there we go. We've got a lava creation system that will allow me to cover this. I'm going to need to grow that quite substantially. Gonna be honest with you. Yeah, it's going to need to grow quite a bit. And so I'll probably have to set up some cauldrons somewhere else. I think that's as good as I'm probably getting in there. So now let's go in here and let's place our first lava block that is in the real part of this. Yeah, look at that, chat. And now we can tell that we go next to it, because it's not flowing correctly, right? And now we can tell that we put one over here, because you can see that it's... And hopefully, by the end of this... Oh, it's really... Oh, I see. We have to find the hitboxes for the sign. That is the challenge. Oh, I see the issue. So we have to come in with a bunch of them all at once. Because right now it's easy to see this hitbox, and it's easy to infer where these ones are. But where is the hitbox for this sign here? I think right there. Yeah, then I guess you could get a texture pack that makes lava invisible. That's terrifying. Flowing lava would normally break the torch, and then it would burn. But it is subscribed to IBX Toy Cat. Yeah, you get it. Jessup Kane. Good to see you, by the way. I'm excited to know. I'm excited to hear that your long boy is officially on the way. Sorry, not your long boy, your big salmon plush. Very excited for you. Yeah, I was struggling with that on tests too. Yeah, it's I see how it's an issue, but also I think we're gonna do great. So now we've got it basically set up. We're just gonna place a lot more signs, and hopefully just stay close enough to our existing stuff that our lava grows into more lava. Also, I want to go to sleep as soon as we humanly can. Not ideal to be in this situation. So on my signs, if I place them on this side, they're still in the same spot, right? Yeah, they are. Great. Also, should we just set up our larger lava farm now? Shall I conclude that we obviously are going to need a lot of lava? Like, we're talking about 1,000, maybe 500 lava minimum would be my guess. So we need 500 lava minimum. Where does the... Okay, I think these are sideways. There's just a bunch of sideways signs, and that's how it is. But then this is turning into a flat sign. Place a bunch more over here. It's easy to place signs if you know what you're doing. Are signs an entity, chat? Because if so, I might eventually slow down my world if I'm not careful by doing this. But otherwise, this looks super chill. My only other problem is right now there isn't a bank of grass to actually protect this from the lava. So I need to actually plan out a path through the desert. And I think I'm going to do that planning using glass, and then later fill it in with something else later. Why'd you remind me about fire res? I was wondering how many times he'd fall in. Like, bear in mind right now, okay. So here's a fun one for you, chat. Right now, if I fall in, it's not actually that big of a deal, because I'm going to fall through it, not into it. Like, you see that? It's not actually very scary for me, which is good. So now we're going to go to sleep. I don't have a bed inside of my furnace house. Big regret. And so instead we'll sleep in the village. I think this whole area right here I want to fix up. In fact, actually, I think I want to fix this up. I'm going to probably build the houses all the way down. So get some cobblestone in here. Have the houses go down to the ground like they would if they were modern Minecraft houses. And then build behind them, like in here. I think this is where I want my cauldrons to go. It does mean I lose some of the torched out desert, which is sad, because it looks very lovely otherwise. Or I could place them in the sky, I guess. But I think, yeah, remove the torch out desert. Just have a whole section, like, over here of cauldrons. And I think that's a fun idea. Just, like, the whole back wall over here. As long as there's 3 blocks above it, it's fine. So we'd have to remove this block for etc. Also, Robert Lonsdale, thank you for the New Zealand dollar, $2 New Zealand dollar tip. Thank you, appreciate that greatly. Also, the houses will burn. Oh, you are right, Dasher. The houses will burn. That is the flaw in my idea. You know, is it a flaw in my idea, or is it part of the astounding genius that we've just yet to realize. So, yeah, there's a lot of mobs on that house, but it's chill. I think I'm going to need to use a lot of glass now, because I have to decide where this river's actually going to flow. So, easy first point is like here. We just continue along the bank. But then here we're going to need to do something about that ground. Here, I think we just follow the riverbank naturally till we get to about here. Oops. And then this is the point where we usually go pretty straight. But then we'll kind of like angle in and try and follow that as naturally as we can, I think. So we'll like go here. And then, actually we just follow it literally more directly. So go here. And then go here. Yeah, like kind of do this. But then in a direction that takes us over there. So glass, glass, glass. And then on the sides of this. Yeah, I think on the insides of this will be fine. Because bear in mind, there is going to be lava. Oh, but yeah, we're going one block too low. We need the lava. We need this to be one block higher up. Which is doable. Yeah, we'll just have the glass go there for now. And then move inwards over here somewhere. Yeah, this works. So then move in here. Just occasionally going a bit diagonal, I guess. And then I think we're going to move onto the land. And this is going to be our... Where these are is going to be our new path. So remove these torches. And we're just going to make a river that can go all the way out. And we're going to have to plan this with glass first. And then do all the messy stuff later. Also, yeah, we're going to have to plan a new place for our... Actually, will the house burn, chat? If there's cobblestone between me and the thing, am I going to get this done? I'm trying to decide whether I should cancel my Pilates class tomorrow morning. I don't know if I want to do it tomorrow. You should do it. You gotta do it. You always let past you decide. Or whenever you're feeling like you can't do something, do it anyway. And you'll feel better. I don't know what Pilates even looks like, by the way. It's a thing people do. That is my knowledge of Pilates. Okay, so there we go. We've got 5 lava buckets now. Filled up my inventory nice and good. And I can start building up the next thing soon. Thinking of creating a gold farm with the zombified piglins walking towards turtle eggs. So, yeah, I think I still want to cover this up, by the way. I think it just looks kind of ugly. But I could then have... I have a farm down here, which I used a long time ago. I think this... So, I'm going to have to do something about this, because it's going to be under the river layer soon. Like Y63. Actually, this is perfectly accessible. I've got a bunch of sugarcane in here. I could keep the sugarcane. Or I could not. It's my call. But I figure why not also have access to lava? Yeah, if I close up the old entrance, which is over here, and build a new one over here somewhere, you know, like right underneath this. Yeah, that could be really good. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna seal up the old entrance, build a new one, and then put some lava cauldrons over here. This is probably far enough from danger that I'm not worried. And hopefully it's a good thing. So let's go towards it. Honestly, after that, I'm gonna do it. It's you know, everyone always needs someone to be like, you gotta do the thing. Sometimes you need someone to tell you not to, right? Like, but if you're ever in two minds about doing something, do the thing. Wait, and it's good for you, do the thing. If you're in two minds about something and it's bad for you, don't do the thing. Do it. Wait till you're excited to do the thing that's bad, because you only get to do bad things for you so many times in life. But you only want to do things that are good for you so many times in life. And so take advantage of it as close as you can when you have any amount of feeling. That's my logic. Okay, there we go. So this is my new tunnel through the mountain, and in this, or through the whatever this is, and in this we're gonna have our new things. So we're gonna make just a little hole over here. It's gonna be the easiest possible way to do this. We're gonna have our cauldrons go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're gonna put some blocks down. I kind of messed this up. I should have left the stone there, really. Could have made things very easy for myself. Yeah, actually, I think they might need to go a block back. Okay, yeah, I'll save myself some pain. I'll move them a block back. Because then I can leave this block there. I can leave the... I'll remind just the bottom 2 blocks. I'll leave the top block there. And then I can mine out the top one here. Yeah, this works. This makes total sense, chat. I know what I am doing, I'm pretty sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll throw some lava into these holes. Gotta be very careful about which holes you put lava into, chat. Valuable life lesson. 1, 2, 3. And then glass it up. And then same thing here. We're gonna have to eventually replace all of this with glass. But just for now, it lets me see that there's definitely lava up there. So then we'll do the same here, 3 in a row. We only have 2 buckets right now, so I'll actually just do 2 in a row. Just 1, 2, 1, 2. Replace it with glass. And it's great, yeah. And now we've got more lava growing while our other lava grows. And it's all just about working for me. I'm going to go grab the rest of the cauldrons. And I might even have to make some more. Also, it's strange to me to watch you live. I'm usually just watching old live streams. Says Zikuki. It's cool. Okay, wait, if it's live, let's take advantage of that fact, Zikuki. Let's talk about jokes that relate to 9:33 p.m. On the 20th of November. Wow, isn't it cool how the apocalypse hasn't happened yet? Or isn't it good how we're both alive at this moment together? Oh, that's nice, isn't it? So, that's the best material I've got specific to this minute. I hope it's good enough for you. If it's not, then you know, be sure to talk to my manager. He'll give me a good talking to. It'll be great. I hope this isn't right above a wooden house. Yeah, I think there's a good gap between this and wood, but I guess we'll find out, really, won't we? If it catches on fire, I wouldn't be tragically harmed by that fact. So, if you know, it's fine. It's fine. If it's on fire, that's a good thing. Honestly, some people deserve house fires. You ever consider that? You ever consider that some people actively aren't good people, and if their house is burned down, maybe the world will be a better place rather than a worse place? I know I sound like an arsonist apologist right now, but you know, some arsonists are, you know, doing the Lord's work. Let me tell you. So I'll make a whole ton of sticks now. I think I probably got too many out, but just bamboo signs all the way through the pile. And that'll do for now. And now let's go even crazier on this. So I know I keep going kind of back and forth on this, but this is my method, chat. You've just got to trust it. There's a lot of parts for Minecraft task, and as soon as you get to a point in one where you're like, oh, what am I doing here? You take a step back, and it's great. 9:33. I'm late for work, says 70 Sue. What are you doing at work at 9:33? You know, are you a night manager for something? Are you a night owl? Honestly, I thought about it quite a bit, chat. And I think if I was to work a regular salary job, I think I would have got myself into working the night shift. Because, like, as a person, it's in your interest to become as unique of an employee as possible. The more unique you are, the harder you are to replace, the more leverage you have, the more value you have, etc. Right? That's the closest thing you have to an argument. And so I think the best way to make yourself irreplaceable would be, like, work unsociable hours that no one else really wants to work. I think that's the simplest way to put it. And so I feel like, you know, like a lot of people, you know, value their value their sleep quite highly, or their social life maybe. And so if you want to be incredibly, also I probably should make sure that when I'm doing the one long stretch, that I'm doing it in a logical way. Evening and night shifts are the best. Also, what does glazing mean? What does glazing mean? I don't know what you mean in that sense of the word. Did I say it? If I said it, I have no idea. Good thing this isn't hardcore, says Death Coast. Yeah, I'm really hyped about the hardcore world, though. So I've got 2 on the go right now. I've got the one from the stream, and I've been working separately on a challenge, not placing any blocks. And that challenge has been, like, really exciting me. Like, it's re-stoked my interest in doing, like, silly challenges, like I used to. Which I think is beautiful. I think anything that gets me back into that style of, and, like, you know, excited to do it is a good time with me. So there are lots and lots of bamboo signs here. And like I said, they do light the blocks underneath them on fire, alarmingly frequently. But if you're just willing to put that to the side, it's going pretty well otherwise. So, yeah, there's lava above me, but yet I'm alive. I don't think that parrot is going to be. Are parrots trained to detect lava when they're underneath it? Because you'd assume they're never going to be in that situation in the wild. Why would you program it into them? Also, I love the silly challenges. Thank you, Kit Kat. I love the silly challenges too. It's good to know that I'm not alone in that one as well. Okay, so we're gonna probably place some glass like here rather than there. Oh, I see what I'm trying to do actually. I'll let it keep going. And then some glass here, and then glass here, and then glass like. I guess I should probably go diagonal. Although, you know, there's no reason I have to. And then glass here. Let's just follow the route, because it will look way more natural if we follow something actual and real in my world. So we'll start there, and then we'll build on this side, and we'll see how this one goes. So I'm going to need to be very, very careful with this side of my lava, because right now the lava's flowing in lots of places. I need to control this flow in a very real way. Down to Y62. Although that... Maybe it's going to have to flow perfectly between here and there. Yeah, that's probably it. I think it's going to flow in this lovely little hole down here. It's a natural part of the river, so I'll let it stay. I might have to replace all of these walls with glass too, but... it might look really weird if we do it. Let's go to sleep. Let's think about it, chat. You don't want to work night shifts. It'll mess up all your social skills or your mental health. I know I've been working night shifts for 25 years. Yeah, I think that is the downside you're trading off for. I think almost everything that you think you're getting an advantage by switching for, you don't. So the other thing I bought, chat. Okay, I did something crazy today. Can you all... I hope none of you are scared. You know, if you've got sensitive ears. Again, I did something crazy, unimaginably so. Do you want to hear what it was, chat? So I was at the store, and again, I was in... I did something I very rarely do, where I was like, let's not, you know, base things on prices mode. Let's just go and do this the way, you know, like that you always wanted to do it. And so I was in the store and I saw some mini poppadoms. They're some of my favorite snacks. Honestly, poppadoms are one of those cuisine items that I know the world must not have tried, because if the world had tried it, no one would eat crisps ever again, or chips. You know, potato chips, crisps are great and all, don't get me wrong, they've got some value. But, you know, you only until you realize that poppadoms exist. And so I was in the store and I found some poppadoms. And I found some more poppadoms. And I figured I could get both. And I want to know, rather than like trying to taste test them against each other and trying to see if I can tell, I'm going to pour them both in the bowl. And I'm going to see if one tastes better than the other, if I'm not looking. I should not do this while I'm so close to lava. Oh, it smells so good. Gonna do it anyway, though. I've got myself a big bowl here, ready to do my experiment in. Actually, if I don't... I'm gonna make sure I, like, mix them thoroughly. I've never run across a poppadom. Exactly. So, they do look near identical. These could be coming from the same factory, as far as I'm concerned. And then we'll pour the same ones back on top. So one of these was about 50% cheaper than the other, or about a third cheaper than the other. One of them was 50% more than the other. Percentages don't work both ways. Anyway. So I'm going to go through here. I'm going to pick like a few at random. I'm going to see if I can tell the difference. I don't think that I can, chat. I think you pay a premium to get the brand that looks like they're meant to be doing poppadoms. Yeah, this is one of my favorite snacks. In Mexico, we don't say chips, we say little potatoes or papitas. I have heard papitas. I didn't know it was little potatoes. That's very cute. Anyway, so speaking of cute, I love your fun facts, Naito. But you know what else is cute? I need to do something to stop this flowing that way. I need to make it flow basically how this is. So I'm going to put some glass in here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, like, glass this up. If I just place a couple of glass blocks there, it vaguely makes it go this way, right? I think I should probably put even more in, like... yeah, if I'm going to place one on the other side of this torch. Pro tip. You want to place a glass block over there? Can I do it like that? Yes, I can. It's not going to flow on the top, which is great. So then we'll place 2 here. Then 1 there. We want to have as few glass here as possible, and we want to make it out of sand later. We're using glass so that we have, you know, an idea of what we're doing later. I also don't like that this exists. This to me feels like an inefficiency of the way the world is naturally designed. There's just not much I can do about it. Is that going to flow over here? No, it's not. Okay, and then therefore I imagine this isn't going to flow over here. I could be wrong about that. It's not. So then we can remove these glass blocks as well. And I've got my lava to flow in one direction, but I'm gonna still need to get it to go in the middle here. I removed all the torches because I think this is just so ugly. It doesn't look like there's a lot of lava when you see it splits into 2. So somewhere in there we need a glass block. Was that good? Oh. There we go. Was that good? There we go. And now if it flows down onto that, it'll go into here. And it looks super weird as it's doing it. But hopefully... No, it's stopped again. So if we may remove that block. Yeah, there we go. And as long as we can convince the lava to flow correctly, which we are vaguely doing right now, it'll come down here, and then we'll have like a lava river we can control. Right now, it's not a very good shape for a lava river. But we've got the start for it, right? I almost think, chat, what if we... No, okay. What if instead of, like, coming right down to Y63... we have the lava river go, like, right here. Maybe even, like, underneath the desert temple. And then we have the lava river, like, go higher up. And then, like, go through a dip somewhere. Yeah, what if we have the river dip downwards? Because, usually rivers, and usually every body of water in Minecraft is flat. Because water's just very bad at going up and down. Problems are so good. They make me so happy. Is a lava river a liver? Yes. YouTube Gaming's recap says I watched 160 times the Toy Cat videos than the average viewer. I wonder if that means that the average viewer is someone who doesn't watch Toy Cat videos, because, you know, most humans on Earth don't. Or if the average viewer is the average Toy Cat viewer. Okay. I think that's my idea, chat. I think this is the logical place to start, therefore. Also, I'm going to grab some more lava buckets. I don't have much space. Probably 3 is as many as we're getting. I'm just going to grab any lava we have from here. Because right now, this is the part that is more likely to grow. Oh, you can see from underneath, like the... Chat, is this meant to happen? The texture of the cauldron literally changes. Although this one looks like it might be lit. That's so weird. So you can see from underneath whether or not there's lava in there. That is such a handy thing. Super, super strange. How do we find our recap? Yeah, I got my YouTube music recap today. Hi, Cat. Been lurking while doing a task. Have you considered how many lava you did in accident while placing them? Oh, yeah, it's going to be so many. So many. Also, Simone, Simon Burgett. If you had a street name, what would you want it to be? IBX Toy Boy is fitting. Is it fitting? I mean, if you say so. If you say so. Okay, so now we're coming back in here, and we place some lava and glass. And then we'll do 3 lava at a time right here. So scoop that up, and put this in here, and put this in there too. There's a lot of inventory reorganization that goes on when you're building up for a new project. But I think we're handling it just about as fine as we could. So lava there, lava there, lava there, glass there. Perfect. So now the only limiting factor is the number of cauldrons, because I am about to run out of those. Yeah, we've got 2 more bits of lava we can place in. And then it's all good. Very, very, very pleased with the progress on it. I think I should probably remove this and solidify it or something. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's totally good. Yeah, because it looks right now like I have a desire to put, you know, sugarcane here that's just not being filled. We're going to break this, put some lava in, and then put some glass in real quick. And this is going to have to go, like, really crazy. Like, literally, when I walk in, I'm going to have to set up a whole second one of these that's going to go just over here. Because I'm going to need so many cauldrons for so much lava to later cover this entire load and just continuously do it over and over and over again. But, you know, everything needs a start, and I think I've made that start decently. So, back to sign placing, I think. Again, the process seems chaotic to go back and forth in so many parts. But you can see how every part is moving forwards, and also it means that your brain is always active. Which is sometimes not what you want. I do sometimes really desire the part of a Minecraft project where you've done all the, you know, the hard bits, I guess. And now you just got to do the mindless, like, you know, drill through it. Because that's when you can, like, really start to think. That's when you can really start to, like, you know, like I think it was a Reddit came in earlier and was like, yeah, I want to see, I want to have that deeper conversation, Toy Cat. That's what I'm here for. And, because, you know, those, I feel like that is where my brain naturally kind of just takes itself when it has space and time. I've been trying to wire it more recently. You know, am I in charge of my brain? Am I able to wire it, you know, rewire it that way? Am I able to just, like, gently nudge it in the right directions? But I've been trying to convince myself, like, okay, if I have some spare moments, use those moments to reflect. Use those spare moments to, you know, like, build on some stuff. Prepare for the next thing that you're going to do. Because sometimes it feels like you are, like, just rushing through life, just trying to get one thing done right after the next. And I feel like that's probably suboptimal. It has to be the optimal space is when you have breathing room between things, so that everything you do, you're doing for a reason. Hopefully a good reason, right? To get your hands on your 2024 YouTube recap, you have to load the mobile app and click on the small compass that appears in the top left. From there, select gaming or music. Chat, do you want to see my gaming recap? I don't know where I could see it. You know, if only someone had told me, but I don't know how I could show it on stream is what I meant to say. But I always try to use Neverwoods on Bedrock to keep them from burning. Oh, I never even considered that if I used the Neverwood for my signs, then it probably wouldn't burn the blocks below them. But yeah, for some reason, crafting tables and signs don't ever truly burn. It's a very useful little tip to have. You are my second favorite. Thank you, Xavier. I try my best to be everyone's second favorite. Sometimes I'm my own second favorite. It's a good place to be. Gives you room to grow, you know. If you're your own favorite person, what do you do from there? What can you possibly do to go onwards? I feel like that's why life passes by fast for some people. You don't enjoy the moments and just try speedrunning everything. But conversely, I love speedrunning everything, Naito. You made it sound awesome. You made it sound like that's exactly what I want to do. And now maybe it is, you know. Maybe that's exactly what I want from my life. Congrats on defeating the mansion in a hardcore. Thank you, Rye Guy McMurphman. Really appreciate it. Okay, so as you can see, oh, there's definitely a hole in there. I should fill in that hole. But I should also go to sleep. We're about to hit a big milestone. You are my top gaming YouTuber this year. Thank you. Very exciting. So, chat, are we ready for this? This is fun. I'm gonna go to sleep as someone who's only played 6,500 days in the Minecraft world, and you know what's gonna happen when I wake up? Big milestone. Woo! Exciting time to be alive, am I right? So now I'm gonna start grabbing some of my buckets, and I'm gonna put some lava into my. I have all these. What are they called? Like these hoppers that are meant to be running the furnace non-stop. I think having... Oh, I had lava this whole time, chat. But I'm just going to start throwing some lava into these. Just so that when my furnaces have things in them that need to run, it can do it. Okay, so I think now, today, is the time I finally nail down where this glass path is going. At least, you know, the exact connection point doesn't need to be precise. But do I want it coming over there? No, I think that would look lame, chat. I think I want the river to slowly hop downwards. And so we have to kind of work out how fast. Do we want it to be 63 by the time it's here? Because if so, it physically wouldn't be able to make it through the desert. It has to be at least 65 by the time it's here. And then it's going to rapidly go downhill somewhere about here. I think this is the point where I want it at 62. So it's going to be 65 up here. Although even then, I don't want it to be like perfectly there. I want it to be in a nice little bowl. I want the world to be able to see the shape of lava that I have made and to appreciate it. Also, the mini-mod is helping, says Cat Beanie. One of the things that I realized about, like, I know, like, every time I'm near, like, someone else's children, I'm like, oh, yeah, there's another thing I didn't realize was hard about, like, having children. And one of the funny things about, recently I was near, what would it be, like, some brother-in-law, whatever, you know, like, I was near someone's child, and they're like, yeah, it's a pretty easy one, you know, like, but also, they had a fun thing where they're like, yeah, if they want to be doing something and you tell them, let's do something else, they don't hear it. And it was a reminder to me, like, oh yeah, there's a word for this, like, selective hearing. It's like, yeah, no one, if they don't want to be hearing what you're saying, they just won't. It's that is an option. A lot of people think their children have hearing difficulties, but it's actually their children don't want to listen to them. And I think that's hilarious, personally. It's like, oh, you know, what's wrong with Timmy here? We know it must be something because we always call him to come and do the chores, and he just never hears us. And it's like, yeah, the brain is really good at like selectively picking things out like that. Little contrarian. Is that actually how many days you played over the years, or is that not accurate? It's not actually accurate, no. I've played thousands of days that haven't been counted in there. And so I think 6,600 days is like kind of cool in its own self. Clearly what you were doing was boring. Exactly. If anything, it's like, it's an opportunity for parents to get roasted that maybe they don't often get in their lives. Also, here's of the glass. Knew it was lying around somewhere. So none of this has grown since I was last here, which is fine. But it's kind of like, it's kind of how adults are too, right? You know, like, we have a little bit of like, you're paying attention to some things at a time. Like, I think there's a really common experience. I've heard people on the internet describe this. I can't relate because I'm such a contrarian. Like, if you tell me I'm meant to care about something, I roll my eyes and say, I'm actively going to stop recycling because you've made the idea sound so bad that I actively want the turtles to get whatever in their mouth. Which doesn't happen from our plastic straws, by the way. Contrarian mode unactivated for a second. Okay, so I think I want to build a base like this, which means I need to start with a big glass floor, and that glass floor is going to have to be quite high up. No, if the glass floor is high up, then the walls need to be even higher. Yeah, let's start with a big glass floor. Big glass floor of just a single block around it. No, this is really hard to get right, chat. I wanted the river to be like a nice semicircle bowl, but we'll just start with a square and then maybe round it out later. Oh, that's so hard. Yeah. Also, it's so weird seeing this now, watching how long ago he did the furnace house and emptied the place and made that volcano. Yeah, I love having a world where there's history in everything you're doing. It's cool to me, and I look forward to adding more history to it later. So this is going up a block, because that's going to stay down a block. Oh, it's hard. Oh, it's really hard to put the glass in the right places. And then we're going to stop it from flowing in the wrong direction on this side too. So just place a block there, and then a block over here. And there we go. We've just about... No, that's not correct. We've just about got it, chat. Just about. Place a block there just to be sure. And then a block there. Clearly has to be there somewhere. And then maybe a block down there. Okay. So now we've got the lava just about corralled into one place. A block there and a block there too, maybe. And it's going to become a big flow that I'm probably going to have to manage in some way. That's going to go at roughly this height. It's going to dip somewhere just before the desert temple. It's going to dip somewhere along the way there. I'm going to make this just too wide at the bottom, or 3 wide at the bottom. And the rest we can work with later. It's going to be an artificial river, and I think I want it to look like it's an artificial river, just to be clear that this is a project that I did in fact make. So we'll go 1 wide for the rest of this now, just in case it's relevant. And we're going to have to go down at some point before we reach that. So I'll place a sign, and then I'll place some glass. Just right underneath it. Perfect. Wondering why you can make the layout easier with signs in between now? Oh, like why I couldn't place a bunch of signs for the river? I think I want this to be clear that it's a river that I'm, like, actively porting through my world. Yeah, I think that's what I want. I'm fairly sure that is what I want to do. And so it's going to start here, then it's going to go down. We're going to go a bunch of blocks. I think I only brought 1 stack of glass. Oh, no, I brought a second. And then we're going to go down another block, down to 67. I think that's as low as I want to go, like, immediately. Although maybe we want it to be in, like, very steady bursts. If it's at 68, I think it's going to make a direct collision course with the desert temple. So maybe we could go to the right here. Yeah, no, to the right, not down. Although maybe we could go down and to the right. Yeah, let's go down and to the right. I don't know what I'm doing here, but okay, just vaguely zigzag this way. If we don't like it, we can always change this later, right? Such is how a lot of people enjoy creative planning, but we got this. Then we can't really push the glass any lower because it's directly above the blocks that we're on. So we could kind of shift it slightly more right, but that runs a risk by itself. And now that we're here, we can place it directly on top of the torch. And then we have to stay at roughly this height the whole rest of the way we're going. What's the weirdest, funniest moment you'll remember from streams? I remember a bunch of them. As opposed to those naturally generated long lava rivers. Yeah, I don't want anyone to look at this and be like, oh, I guess Toy Cat's world has a cool natural river in it. I want them to look at it and be like, whoa, there's a artificial river over there. I think there's some cases where you really want it to look that way. Also, does scaffolding catch fire? It does, yeah, it's it doesn't even just catch fire, it burns immediately. It just melts. So good. Mini poppadoms are life-changing. It's I used to just eat big poppadoms, but then they realized there's enough people like me in the world. They need to make a more bite-sized version of this. No one would see it and not think you made it, man, says Stephen Kimberlin. Thank you for the compliment. I'm pretty sure that is a compliment. If it's not a compliment, I'm taking it as one anyway. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and place a few blocks of lava here. I have a lot of lava on the grow. It's slowly coming in. I can maybe grow, yeah, maybe a little bit more. But while the lava is growing, I'm gonna place some of that as soon as I've got my torches down, as soon as I've got my things down, and I'm gonna see how easy it is to place on these blocks here. Because I've forgotten in which orientation these all are, but I'm gonna see if I can get it on top of each of them. Because it will just place or not place, which is fine. Because I placed lava here. I think I placed lava there. I can do maths to work it out, like 1, 2, 3. No, I haven't. I placed lava here. I placed lava here. And I've placed lava here. I think 3 blocks is as far as it goes out. So that's 3 blocks of lava I placed so far. I want to add substantially to that. The weirdest stream I remember is one of the recent hardcore streams where someone built a bunch of stuff in some random realm Toy Cat was paying for, and no one remembered what it was for. Yeah, I've got to say that realm, I think it's still going. It's a hardcore realm. You ever see a hardcore Minecraft realm? Am I doing this wrong? Both of those signs look wrong. Oh, do you see that, by the way? That instant destruction? satisfying, but also terrifying. If I make some wrong mistake, if a creeper explodes down here somewhere, boy, is that going to cause me some problems, to put it lightly. So I'm out of the signs, but I definitely need more. I'm going to put some crafting tables down here. I think oh, there is already some down here. I think crafting tables are something the world needs a lot more of, and this hole needs to be patched up. So let's place some over here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the right way to place them. All of my signs look like they're slightly misplaced now, chat. Everything's looking like it's very slightly ahead of where it's meant to be. But I'm sure it's no big deal. Like, yeah, this gap here looks like you have to be missing a sign, but you don't have to be missing a sign. So I'll place 2 more there, but that just moves where the gap is. I don't know how you can look at this and not think there has to be a sign somewhere, but the weird Minecraft logic says there doesn't need to be. That's A-okay, apparently. I don't like that that's A-okay. It's from the Big Brother stream. Yeah, but I don't understand how so many people have built it into a world. Like, when it's a hardcore... There were like 12 people that had an invite, and it was hardcore, and most people died. Like, I don't know how it's happened. There is benefit to this river. Toycat has fire resistance, and no mobs will ever harm him. Exactly. Hello. Exactly. There is benefit, quite a lot of it. Ooh, one of the most annoying parts of Minecraft to me is trying to line up narrow things. Yeah, I feel like one of the things I would always say is if you don't like a part of Minecraft, you are free not to do it. A lot of people try to come into my streams being like, no, Toycat, you have to build this way. This is the meta. This is how people build. Your builds are so ugly if you don't do it this way. And it's like, no, that's not how that works at all. You build what you want to in Minecraft, and if you think that you know what people should build and it's not what they want to build, no. I'm always like hoping that, you know, like I think it's the one sad thing, or the one important thing about me being on the YouTube space is hopefully educating as many people as possible that that is true. Because a lot of YouTubers really are like, you know, deep down the rabbit hole themselves of like, yeah, it has to be this way. You have to do it. Because, I mean, like, it's the way people do it. And, you know, like, that, you know, it all stems from, like, a good-natured place that, like, people are like, oh, look. See, it looks like there's lava there, but there's clearly not, chat. So I'll place lava here, and I'll see if it connects. Oh, where is it going? Is it placing it in the sign? It's not spreading any further. So I have to be careful not to just waste lava, right? That is one of my concerns. But it looks like it's like waterlogging, but lava. I'll try placing one way further out. Like if I place it over here. Okay, so that's placing there. And there's clearly a gap between here and there that I need to throw it in. Also, Toycat Tax on my commute home from work, says Hail Bubby. Good to see you, Hail Bubby. I'm glad to see you after yesterday's stream. I don't care if it's ugly as long as it's functional. And some people don't care if it's functional as long as it's pretty. It's, life is about people having different opinions and preferences. And the beautiful thing is we live in the same world. And so you get to see how other people's preferences have shaped what they create. Like, I think some people think it's, like, insane that there are artists in the world. Some people think it's insane that there is anything but artists. That, like, if you gave people time, you know, an infinite amount of time and, you know, all their basic needs covered for, that everyone would be an artist, right? Some people think that way. But, you know, like, art creates beauty, but it also creates a lot of other things too, right? While creating beauty, it creates a lot of little weird things along the way, I guess, would be the simplest way to describe it. And so it's cool to have that all out there, because sometimes you can laugh at it and be like, what is this? This is something silly. You know, sometimes it can be out there to do that. And sometimes it can be like, oh, wow, there is this thing that is just so compelling to me. It expresses an opinion, a feeling that I had inside of me in a real way. And sometimes you can make something where you're just like, oh, yeah, that's cool. You can spend hours on it to have people have that one reaction. But it's super great, so form over function for me as long as it works. Yeah, a lot of people do genuinely think that way. There are some very pretty fridges you can buy that are absolutely terrible fridges. But for some people, it's like, well, all I need from a fridge is to keep my stuff cold. Would it be nice if the fridge was also a piece of art? And some people, it's like, I'll be honest, this is how I, like, actually decorate my living spaces. It's like, well, I want to be able to live in the space. If it doesn't do a good job of letting me... Oh! Okay, it's not hardcore. I'm gonna be fine. It's not hardcore, chat. I'm gonna do just great. I hate how whenever you want an ender pearl from them, they just teleport away immediately. The moment they know you don't need anything for them, they're like, yeah, I'm in this for a long fight. Come on, just leave. It's the daytime. You don't even like daytime, friend. You don't like daytime. I've told you enough times. Also, free ender pearls, that's nice. I could use these to get around. Honestly, as an alternative to firework rockets, given I have so much cooked beef because of all my maneuvering, not a bad idea. Like, if I want to be over there, I'll just ender pearl over there. Genius. Most of Toget's people have been here for a long time. Yeah, I think that is a real truth in there, Stephen Kimberlin. I think a lot of people... I think it's kind of a nature of, like, on the streams in particular, you're reaching the people that are kind of the most... you know, like, you're reaching a small subset too. It's kind of cool that so many people have been with the channel for so long. Oh no, wait, these aren't going to be correctly linked to the rest of the system if we don't. We have to make sure that every sign links to a sign that already exists. Otherwise, when we break that prime sign, it won't be super satisfying. I kind of want to make a copy of the world just so we can see that the signs work before the stream is done. But I'll resist. Also, I want to go over there. Oh, look how easy it is. Just ender pearl right in. Grab my buckets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And look at that. I can just go straight onto placing them down. So there's clearly a hole here, right? So let's see if we can't reach there. I guess it would be... Yeah, I got it. Okay. So it is doable, chat. And I think as long as you're paying attention, it's quite easily doable. So that one did something good. But spotting the exact holes might not be that easy. Like, on the sides, it's great, because I can just use that as my guiding line. But, like, there needs to be lava there, and it looks like I just placed one, but then it went nowhere. I guess because these aren't lined up with the grid perfectly, so I need to place it, like... Okay, there's a sign there. I think I'm placing multiple lava onto the same spot. You could maybe... I think the ideal... I think I'm too late on this. The ideal would have been maybe to make a grid of 2 different types of signs. And then you'd be able to... Because you can tell, chat, what sign you're looking at from this. So if we... Let's just, you know, just for fun. Let's use some of that dark oak wood that we got from raiding some mansions. Let's just make some dark oak signs, right? If we have some dark oak signs in the mix... Just for fun here, I'll test it. So we go one of these, and then one of these, and then one of these, and then one of these. If you hypothetically were to do it this way... Oh, wait, we got that wrong. If you did it this way, then you'd be able to tell exactly which block you're looking at least, you know, like to the nearest block. And so you'd be able to imagine there's lava here, you'd be able to be like, that's a dark oak, that's a bamboo. And therefore, by looking at the fact that this is a row of bamboo, I don't know, I feel like you'd be able to tell that you're on a different block than you were before. So, yeah, if you wanted to do this project yourself, I think I picked up an efficiency. A bit too late. Lisa Powers says, I've been watching for about 9 or 10 years, been subscribed for almost the whole time, except for a time where YouTube unsubscribed me. If you leave a comment under the next, like, I guess Q&A style video, I love, if your subscriptions are public on YouTube, it tells me how long you've been subscribed, and it's such a cool thing how long some people have been around. The nature of YouTube is, like many other things, is like, there's a lot of turnover. A lot of people come in and then that's their last stream. You know, that was the last video of their last stream. They didn't even know it. You know, I didn't even know it either. It's you know, it happens surprisingly often. Also, yeah, just pick up some lava. Just bring some of it with us. But yeah, from the other stream I remember watching is maybe All Day Hardcore from last Christmas, though I've likely seen streams from before that. Man, real long time ago on that one, huh? So if you want to make a lava rider over your torch desert, ToyCat has a tutorial. I know it was much needed from the a lava river over your torch desert. Yeah, I know. This has been one of the most useful tutorials. People are always saying, ToyCat, how do I build specifically, you know, not just any river, a lava river? I have a regular river in my world. I wanted to trade it, and so I'm doing my best to follow that. It's funny, my channel used to be like basically exclusively tutorial style stuff, and I kind of shifted out from that into like, okay, let's share some other things in there too. And kind of recently I've tried to go at least a little bit back the other direction, with there, you know, with a little bit of a strategic thing in mind of like, yeah, I think that the majority of the channel still shouldn't be tutorial-wise, but also every time someone is like really helped by one of those videos, I'm reminded that like, oh yeah, there are a lot of people who still need to learn lots of things. There's this kind of assumption that like, okay, now everyone knows everything, but I think that's like this internal group bias. There's a real common problem that we get as humans, you know, we run into all the time. And it's we just kind of assume that the people we surround ourselves with are the only type of people that exist. This is what creates political echo chambers too. Like people who are 100% convinced that you know, Trump couldn't become president because they're surrounded by people who weren't ever going to vote for him, even though more people did than didn't. Right? That's a crazy fact if you are in one of those you know, bubbles, if you will. So that's one of the downsides of it. But also it stops us from realizing. I think I'm just gonna place stone all the way along here actually, and then I'll just dirt around the rest of it. Yeah, that looks fine. I think what it also stops you from realizing is like how the average person is relative to your assumption of the average person. We are wrong about a lot of assumptions, and you will never know if you are surrounding yourselves with people like you. And it makes it like it's such human logic to do that. It's the same way it's such a human thing to, you know, rush through life and to almost speed run in that way. But that doesn't mean that it's a good human thing to do. So it's something I'm always like trying to like zoom out on, is like my own life and be like, okay, well I think this because I have friends who are like this. How is it actually, you know? I think it's a hard thing to do, but it's something worth doing. So I think the other side of this glass is going to be a tricky one, but I think that's what I'm going to try and start right now. Get a vibe for how the river's going to go on this side. So Cat grew up and became a teacher, says D. Staron. Yeah, I really enjoy what I would call teaching. I don't think it's what anyone in the real world would call teaching. But I really enjoy sharing knowledge. It's like my instinct, right? It's almost like it's hard for me to actively learn that there are times that people are speaking and sharing information and they're not sharing knowledge. Like you can talk for a long time without saying anything that someone would get meaning from. And a lot of people like it that way. Also, I hope I didn't knock him off. Thank God I did not. That's a weird lesson for me. Is that like, yeah, actually, a lot of people are happier. You know, like in conversations about the weather, than where you go, oh yeah, here's this cool thing that I just learned. Did you know Antarctica is technically a desert? You know, so we were like, oh, that's kind of cool, huh? But it's like, no, for realsies, it literally is. It's kind of cool. I don't know what to do with the rest of this desert if I'm slowly gonna have the river come over here. But I know I can work it out. I do DoorDash, which is food delivery, and going to random strangers' houses and going to different stores, restaurants exposes you to extremely different people. Yeah, that's that. I find that to be really interesting in its own right. Also, Stephen Kimberlin, thank you so much for joining the member club. Hope you enjoy your new green name, your new access, the little cat next to your name too, your new member-only emojis, and your new access to the member-only videos. You can finally watch me bathe in Iron Brew. Wouldn't have gone back if I didn't want to hear. Wouldn't have gone back if I didn't hear the want to share knowledge. I'm glad that you wanted to share some knowledge. You're sharing more than knowledge. Money is knowledge, and I now have slightly more knowledge, if that's how that works. But yeah, it's weird because I always assumed like, yeah, that's the primary reason like you would speak, right? Like even when I was young, I remember people would have conversations like, oh yeah, well there's just so much traffic on this road, so you want to do this, that. Like there's always people doing a little bit of information sharing, but also there's all sorts of conversations that are like, nah, this is strictly just a conversation so we can both laugh and feel fun. Don't you dare pepper any information into this. And then sometimes, you know, like you're like, someone seems like they're asking a question, and it's like, no, it wasn't a question. That was just a question, and that was just me trying to get that positive feedback, like a small conversation, but in the form of this. And it's like, okay then, I guess that is a thing. Okay, so the river's gonna go this way. I think I'm slightly short on this side compared to where I need to be. Yeah, right now the lava would just flow off the edge. Bit of a problem. I guess we'll have the actual edge go out one more block again. Just so we can... But then if we have the actual edge go out, we need to, like, have the real parts of this curve in a bit better. Which is tricky. I don't... Actually, yeah, it's so tricky, I don't know how I would do it. So we'll just have this come out. We'll just place some blocks, and every time we can go over the edge, we will go over the edge. And if we can't, we won't. It sort of works, I guess. So, yeah, it's the same with home care. You learn about so many different walks of life. Yeah, chat, you know, tell me if you work a job where you think you run into unique people. Because I feel like that's one of the reasons that, like, general retail is so interesting, right? Because when you meet someone as an adult, that person is going through effort to meet you. And so you'll think to yourself, oh, this person is so nice. But is that person oh so nice? Or is that person, you know, trying to be nice? Is there a difference? And or is it actually, does it matter how nice you are if you're really nice at being nice when people expect you to be nice, you know? Like I remember I heard forever ago. This must have been from some American source, because I feel like we don't treat waiters nicely or poorly in the UK. Like it's not a thing. It's not a thing to be super friendly and flirty of your waiter here. You know, they are the person who takes your order and brings you food, and maybe makes a joke about it if you're really pushing your luck in your day or whatever. But yeah. So this is gonna be a lava river. It's gonna be real nice. But there's I always heard the idea of like, oh yeah, the real measure of someone is how nice they are to their waiter, right? And I thought that was a really intriguing thought, that like, oh yeah, it's how someone is acting when they are you know, I guess it's like like how someone behaves when they're not on camera is much more interesting of a fact than how they behave when they are on camera. But we become different creatures when we are observed. Okay, chat. So let's take a look real quick at this river. Let's see. Is this looking good so far? I think so, but then we really have to work out what we're doing with this. I think the plan is to... I could later fill it with lava too. I could fill it with water. And I could have like an obsidian patch here maybe. That could be fun. If you do replace the glass, use obsidian. Yeah, that I think if it meets water anywhere, that's like a dream situation. So yeah, right now these two pathways, I'm gonna eat some stiac. I'm gonna probably fill up some more lava cauldron spaces. Actually, do I have any cauldrons? I have 3 more cauldrons. I have 3 more buckets, so it's a perfect match made in heaven. So break all of this on both sides. And then we have to be able to go a block down. We actually don't need to have to, so it's fine. We'll just place 3 more here. Place our dripstone, pointed, of course. Can you do it this way? No, you have to be below the block. So 1, 2. Oh, that went weird. Minecraft sometimes does that, huh? Sometimes it just goes in a way that is weird, and you've got to say, okay. Okay, so now we have to be very quick on these 3 cauldrons, on these 3 lava buckets. So 1, 2, 3, and oh god, chat, it's gonna get me. Okay, it still might get me. No, it's not coming for me. I'm good. I did that perfectly. And now we just have to place some cauldrons there. Hey, thank you, Froze Troll Brew. Can you imagine hiking to randomly stumble across placing glass over a well-lit drain desert to add a mountain of... I can imagine that happening. Is that not something that happens when you go hiking? Sounds like your hiking trails need some more excitement added. Okay, I'm gonna just slowly add some more lava to the river now. I'm trying to really keep it quite localized, just so I can work out how to deal with the flows here. So that has to be... Yeah, that's new. And this looks like it's new, but it probably isn't. Yeah, working out what's flowing and what's not. So is this a real block? That was a real block. I just wasted a lava. But next to it, that's also a block. How can that be a block? I'm starting to, like, realize the constraints of this. We're going to have to waste a lot of lava, but as long as I try all of the blocks, I will eventually get them all. It's just harder to work out which ones are filled and which ones aren't. But it works so far. And then we can go to the other side and do it there too. Oh, yeah, so, hey Toy Cat, says Border Collie. Good to see you, Border Collie. I am glad to see you here. With a fun name like that, I don't know how I could not be. And then, so now I'm going to place some lava on the other side of this. Although there's a little gap here that I should probably be mindful of. I'm just going to place some lava on the other side of the river. Just to see. So this is a fine block to place on. And then we'll place a block here. And then you can see they work great next to each other. But just so we can have some connection between the 2 sides. So the lava river can start to... Even if it's just in our minds, it can start to take form, right? And that's what I would like for it to do. So let's throw an ender pearl back over to there. Splitting my lava farm in 2, in hindsight, not the dream solution. not the ideal maybe you would go for. But then we can get 3 more blocks of lava. And we'll just try to have enough lava here that they intersect and you can be like, oh, that's what a lava river would look like. And then we can do the test on a copy of the world or something to see if it really breaks. We're almost at 2 million people protected from house fires, says LS Hell. Yeah, we are. Yeah, that's another part of the, if I'm leveling with you, one of the real... Wait, did I already place some there? No, I didn't. It just didn't flow for a bit. One of the other real considerations to me, it's like, I think there are certain types of videos that attract new subscribers better than current ones. And yeah, on a channel where we talk about fun things you know about Minecraft, the basics and the guides for that stuff are really quite crucial. So I'm going to go back here just on the off chance that more lava has grown. And it has, eh? So already with this many furnaces, we can kind of sit here for a while, right? And we'll try and... Okay, so then we'll go back this way. And we'll place like a lava block there. And a lava block there. And then a lava block there. Oh, it's so hard to place a lava exactly in the middle of this. But just so the vibes are there, chat, we have one continuous spill of lava, and this is like 20 different buckets of lava. So now consider this is going to have to cover every single block, not just be a blob, all the way that way, all the way that way, and you've got a task ahead of yourself. Oh, but we are in for that task. Put some glass right above the lava and place it from the bottom. Place it above the lava and place it from the... Oh, that is clever, actually. Yeah, wait. So if you... So Sean's idea is if we... Just to show you the point. We'll place a glass there and a glass here, there, there, and there. Remove that glass because there's meant to be lava there. And we could just place our lava underneath this. That, funnily enough, would be a pretty good idea. I mean, not glass, obviously, because glass is going to break. I think a second row of signs, funnily enough, would be the best ones to do. Yeah. I think that's the best thing to do. I think you literally would have to do 2 layers of signs. Because from underneath, I think you can tell... Oh, no, you have no idea. Chat, which of these are source blocks and which of these are flowing lava? If you can tell me convincingly... Yeah, the only sign you have is at the edge here, you know it can't be a source. It can't be a source there, and therefore it can't be a source there. And presumably can't be a source there. It's probably not a source there. Yeah, this is I think you'll drive yourself to insanity if you try to solve this problem. With fire resistance. Oh yeah, if you get fire resistance, you just swim around in them. I think it'll be better to use. So here's my idea, right? If you want to know what my plan is, I'll show you in the morning when I'm slightly less rained on. That one's flowing from that one. I don't even know what that means. The longer you've been here, the funnier it is. It's secretly turning out to be a sine river, says Fern. Yeah, I knew that sine river wouldn't be as catchy of a thumbnail, but I've snuck in the idea that, yeah, well, I guess we don't have any lava left for our river, so we'll just have to use signs. Oh no. But let me show you what my plan is, because I'm going to show you how poorly it will go, but I'm still going to do it anyway. So I've got some scaffolding. I'll grab like 6 of it, 4 of it, just enough of it. I'll also grab some more bamboo, given that I am now running out. And then we'll just pick this back up. Okay, so here's my plan. I was thinking if I need to reach over there, I could just place scaffolding. And then from here, I would do the thing. And I know what you're thinking, like, no, Toy Cat, that's a terrible idea. If you place scaffolding, it's going to get lit on fire. But even if it does, and also you can't, like, it seems bad. But it's actually not that terrible, because even if it gets lit on fire, again, my worst case scenario is this. I fall through, I take a bit of damage, and then I burn for a few seconds. I have the health to deal with that. I have a totem if it really comes to it. I could drink a fire resistance potion, but I don't even need to, I don't think. I'm intending not to. So yeah, now you know. Now you know my plan. Okay, so I'm going to probably start to move this glass river into more of a curvy shape. I think right now we're not at that curvy shape that we would like to be at. And so that is a failing that I can address. We're gonna have this little dip down here. I think we should have the dip go down a little bit. And then we're gonna have to remove some of the torches that are in it. But that's okay. I need torches anyway. If I get some freebies, that's good. And now the river has a little bit of form to it. And you'll be able to see from the outside over there, like, oh, yeah, the river isn't just a big... Because I don't want it to look like it's just a big rectangle. And I also don't want it to look like it's a perfect curve. Natural rivers are going to have really messy bottoms. At least that's how Minecraft seems to treat them. And so we have to keep that in mind. I think we're going to remove this. Place some glass over here too. And then maybe some glass up top here. Yeah, I mean, why not? Like, you probably won't see this, but it allows me to do fun things in the future. Same with over here. Like, if I've got a big, deep section of the river, it'd be cool to be able to look underneath it and see, like, oh, there is lava down there. Yeah, definitely the deeper sections is where that makes sense. Or maybe it makes sense least there. I wish I could name myself a few things, but some are a stretch. Yeah, some appreciation for the Toy Cat mods. They deserve it. Thank you, Crims. What a wholesome thing to say, and a true point to raise. Very, very valid, very important. So now we're gonna remove this block and place one here, and oh, yeah, maybe have one of these over here too. Yeah, I would say we've sort of indented it the tiniest bit. And we've got our river that goes narrow before going wide. Yeah, that's good, chat. We have a very logical looking river plan, but I think we have to finish it. I think we have to go all the way from here to there now. Which means I'm going to have to go out and get all the glass I can. Because this glass river is going to look ridiculous, but it's fine. Siberian pine powder is a thing, apparently. I learned quite recently that you can get gold powder that you inject into your veins. You know, I think there's a really scary world out there of people, you know, like, you know I was talking about, like, sharing information is important? One of the reasons that sharing information is important is because when you live in a world where people are really vague about the information they want to share, and they're like, ooh, no, you should just kind of know things. That's, like, one of my least favorite things. Like, it's, like, a very snobby, like, ooh, teaching people is so dull. I think it is more fun when everybody knows things already. I think this sounds like I'm speaking in a you know, like, Spanish gangster accent, but I assure you that's not my intention. But it's like, you know, I always hated that as a concept. It's like, no, what do you mean? Like, if you want people to know something, you have to tell them. But basically every exclusive club out there operates on this idea of, like, no, we are not going to tell you. If you don't know, then that is your problem. And it's like, but it's not my problem if I don't know. You're clearly showing me that it's your problem. Maybe if you explained it to me, then we could solve that. So I'm going to just remove some blocks in the middle here. Just for the sake of, like, keeping the pathway consistently something. And now this river has to go and meet that one. So it's going to probably curve a little bit left. Yeah, I guess that's what we're going to do. We're going to curve left a little bit. For now, we'll just go like this, and then we'll go 1 block there, 2 block left, 1 block there, 2 block left, 1 block there, 2 block left. And then we'll dip down onto this. Yeah, chat. Okay, it's all coming together now, and then this just has to meet the middle of there. Because right now, this is the 2 sides. That is kind of the top. So that means that these blocks are going to go upwards. This is a very confusing way to do things, but you're going to have to trust me on this. And then this one's going to do the same. It's going to go upwards, and we're going to try and stay on the right side of this. And now we finally got a path across the desert map, chat. There is so much lava that we're going to need to go from one side to the other. And I am not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to that in its own way. And then we have to do the same on the other side too. But we have the plan, and that's what matters, right? The plan is the hardest thing to nail down. Because you can just kind of sit here mindlessly and do it any other stream, I bet. But yeah, I feel like now that we've got the basics, we just have to be able to turn those basics into something less basic. And also, we're going to lose all of these torches. I think that's one of the biggest things we need to mourn when this is done. Is we're going to lose, like, clearly about 1,000 torches from the desert to replace them with lava. Is the lava river worth it? Maybe it's not. Maybe the lava river... Maybe we just leave the glass here and we say it's perfect the way it is. Because right now the river is going to be, like, curving into the sky. Maybe that will look ugly, actually. So, Kat, why did you do this? Says Panui. Just good question. And like the answer to all other good questions, I'm going to say, no, kind of felt like it. Hope that is an answer that satisfies you. Okay. Looking real good to me. So we're going to have to place a lot more lava. Good news is it's growing right here. And that is where the project is kind of at right now. I need to really expand my lava supplies. So I need to bring a lot more cauldrons in here, which means a lot more iron. Probably like quadruple my supply. I want to get to the point where there's just always lava. So as soon as I'm done using it, I have a whole inventory worth to use again. Because I think to do this effectively... That's where I need to be. Like, I need to be able to place a lava block in here. Like, I literally can't even find it. There we go. And then I need to know that there has to be one here too. Which there does. And then there has to be one here too. And I just have to do that effectively over and over and over again for the whole place. And so that is my next big task from which I can build the rest of the project. I am going to be doing that live on this channel. I'm going to be finishing this stream just a little bit earlier than usual today. Because, chat, I want to do a little bit of exercise today. I'm trying to one of the things that I like naturally will do, because I really like what I do here, is I'll do productive things all the way up until my body is like, okay, now stop doing that, now go into relax mode for a bit. And that's cool, that's fun too. That's an important thing to do for the job that I have. But also, I need to, I'm conscious of the fact that your physical capability only ever goes down. I'm going to try and keep mine in touch by doing some of that right now. And if you see me in the next live stream and I look slightly more held together, that's the reason why. Thank you for watching today's live stream. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I'll be doing more of the hardcore mansion either tomorrow or on Friday. I'll be fighting an ancient city and stuff on the same world. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you join me for that one. Because for now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. My lava river has become a bit of a lava stream right now. But soon, it will grow bigger, and you can join me for that next time. Well, the time after next time. I'm kind of going to alternate between hardcore on this for a bit, I think. It'll be some fun. Anyway, thank you, and I'll see you around. Oh, my new video probably went out. I have to imagine. Unless something's gone horribly wrong. Yeah, go check it out. It's out.